Calaroga Shark Media.
Hello and welcome to Palace Intrigue. I am your host, Mark Francis. Omid Scobie is being criticised for a tweet he posted on Friday just before 5 p.m. It showed an alarm clock set to 6 p.m. Scobie posted a statement on Saturday explaining, "When there was word circulating that an announcement was coming from the palace at 6 p.m. GMT, I tweeted an image of the time for followers to keep an eye out. When the world and myself learned how serious the news ended up being, I removed the tweet to stop any speculation taking place underneath it. It's upsetting and disturbing to now see that post being portrayed as some sort of sick countdown by the Mail and other outlets that quickly copied. I try to shrug off lies like these, but this one was too disgusting to ignore." Royal historian and expert Dr. Tessa Dunlop told the Mirror, "Far too many people have singly failed to respect Kate's wish for normality, but rather than punish us, she offered her thanks personally for all the wonderful messages of support. Her magnanimity was spellbinding. Long gone are the days of machine-made Kate. At her most vulnerable, here was the princess demonstrating extraordinary levels of resilience, strength and empathy. The message she recorded will go down in history as a defining moment for modern monarchy, an institution that literally reigns over us. It works best when we can look up to it, and yesterday Kate gave us something to look up to." Dunlop also noted that Kate has proven herself more than worthy of her titles and respect she receives, saying, "King Charles says he is proud of his daughter-in-law, and no wonder, we all are. Long live the future Queen." In the Daily Mail, Rebecca English writes, "When I saw William this week, he looked like he'd had the weight of the world on his shoulders, but he's proving what a class act he is. He is a man born into centuries of tradition and steeped in duty, but is a husband and father first. Time and time again over the years, Prince William has made clear that while he takes seriously the burden of his future role as king and his current responsibilities as heir to the throne, he will never put them before his wife and family. Those qualities will be needed now more than ever before. William has always made clear how proud he is of Kate, both personally and in the way she has embraced her role. He is a child of a broken marriage and warring parents, and grew up in the white heat of the public limelight. Kate's steadiness, diligence, and discretion have been just what he needed as a man. I don't think any of us can begin to understand how difficult the past few months will have been for William, just watching what his wife has been through, the worry of major abdominal surgery, the joyous news that the surgery had been successful, and then the heart-stopping diagnosis that, in fact, cancer had been found. Add to that his father's own surgery and subsequent cancer diagnosis. Well, that's a hard load for anyone to bear. Just this week, I accompanied William on a public engagement to Sheffield to highlight his Homewards project to end the scourge of homeless in the UK. I couldn't quite put my finger on exactly what it was, but there was a slight sadness around his eyes and noticeably a loss of weight. Indeed, as aides briefed a small group of journalists, including myself, about the cancer news they were about to break to the world on Friday, there was not one attempt to finger-point at the gossip mongers who have caused the Prince and Princess so much distress in recent weeks. Several of us asked whether their statement had been issued now to counter those vultures, and while it was made clear that they hoped the speculation would now end, it was also stressed the announcement was very much being made around the children. According to royal expert Jenny Bond, William has found an unlikely ally in his stepmother, Queen Camilla, during the royal family's recent health challenges, with King Charles and Princess Kate stepping away from the spotlight due to their respective cancer diagnosis, and Prince Andrew's ex-wife Sarah Ferguson also battling skin cancer. William and Camilla have been forced to step up and attend to official duties. Bond noted that William and Camilla's relationship has shifted in light of these events, telling OK, "Recent events have obviously brought William and Camilla much closer. They have been left, almost literally, nursing the crown while the king and the princess recover. Their teams will be working more closely to coordinate diaries and cover the engagements that have been planned, and Camilla and William are bound to have been in much closer regular contact." Beyond official duties, Bond believes that William and Camilla have also been an emotional support for one another, sharing their concerns about the unexpected health issues faced by their partners. A royal source told the Sunday Times, although she was not expecting to find herself in the position of leading the family, the Queen is absolutely prepared to do whatever needs to be done for the institution. She has found reserves of energy that even she didn't think she had, and the estimation of her by those inside the palace has soared as she has put her shoulder to the wheel. Palace Intrigue will be right back. Ellie Hall was senior reporter and official royal correspondent for BuzzFeed News from 2013 and recently explained how royal coverage works. In an interesting interview with Neiman Lab, which we have been picking away at, they asked Ellie about the difference in coverage of Meghan versus Kate, as we call the Kate is Wonderful narrative. Ellie says, "I don't think you can talk about what's currently going on with Kate without talking about Meghan's history with the UK media. It's one of the points that keeps coming up in the online discourse, the apparent hypocrisy between the palace and the UK media's treatment of each woman. People are comparing the hands-off, privacy-first stance that the press is taking towards Kate with their attitude toward Meghan and the stories that were written about her while she was on maternity leave. I've seen a lot of posts remarking on how strange it is that the palace and UK media suddenly care about privacy when they didn't before now. There's also a definite feeling among some people that Kate should have to go through this social media and press speculation because Meghan went through it. It was worse for Meghan, and when she complained, people told her to suck it up." We also know that the palace exerted huge pressure on the British media not to publish a paparazzi photo of Kate, and so far, the press has complied. I think a big part of this drama is that over the past few years, people have started to really distrust not just the royal family as an institution, bureaucracy, not necessarily the individual members, but the reporters and outlets that cover the royal family. I'm not saying this is the Crown's fault, but it doesn't help matters that for years pop culture has been dominated by a fictionalized narrative that depicts the monarchy and its employees scheming behind the scenes and manipulating the media, happily throwing certain members of the royal family under a bus in service to the overriding goal of preserving the power of the sovereign. Even without the Netflix series, a lot of people still hold a grudge against the royals because of Princess Diana and wonder about the circumstances of her death. I also feel like a lot of this distrust stems from what Harry and Meghan have said since leaving working royal life. Their descriptions of a backstabbing, Machiavellian organization in interviews and Harry's memoir, Spare, have definitely made an impact on the public's perception of the monarchy and the royal reporting beat. While Kate was unable to attend the St. Patrick's Day parade this year, she made a generous gesture by contributing £2,000 for the Irish Guards to enjoy a celebration afterwards. This year marked her inaugural St. Patrick's Day celebration in her new capacity as the Honorary Lieutenant Colonel, succeeding Prince William in the role. According to reports from Mail Online, the Princess made a significant contribution, allocating £2,000 to the regimental bar at Aldershot, ensuring the Guards could enjoy a festive gathering following the traditional parade. A video shared on X by the Army in London captures the moment from the parade's conclusion where a guard calls for 3 cheers for the Colonel of the regiment. Following his lead, the Guards raised their hats and vocally expressed their cheers for Kate. Rose Hanbury, a close friend of Prince William and Kate Middleton, has reportedly taken legal action against talk show host Stephen Colbert over a joke he made about rumors of an alleged affair between her and the prince. According to attorney Niyama Ramani, who is not affiliated with the case and doesn't represent either party, Colbert's joke was more of a speculation than a definitive statement. Ramani told Us Weekly, "If you really go back and listen to what Stephen Colbert said, he was really just saying there are rumors and people are speculating no different than you and I are here. We're just reporting what other people are speculating. We're not saying that this is absolutely true, that Rose had an affair with William, or putting out a definitive statement because of the nuanced nature of what Colbert said." The attorney believes that Colbert's statement doesn't make for a good defamation case for Hanbury, as the talk show host didn't present the rumors as fact. NDTV.com shared that ancient predictions by 15th century prophet Nostradamus are resurfacing amid current events involving Kate and King Charles' health issues. Nostradamus, who correctly predicted the death of Queen Elizabeth II, the bombing of Hiroshima, and the rise of Napoleon, foretold difficult times for the monarchy in 2024. Nostradamus, in his cryptic verses written centuries ago, predicted the potential abdication of a king and the rise of an unexpected successor, which now seems to echo the current situation involving King Charles and Prince Harry. The ancient prophet said the King of the Isles would be driven out by force and will be replaced by one who will have no mark of a king. They add that the predictions of a modern-day Nostradamus, Athos Salome, are also gaining attention in light of recent revelations about Kate's health concerns. The 36-year-old Brazilian mystic, who claimed to have foreseen major events such as the onset of the coronavirus pandemic and Elon Musk's purchase of X, claimed that Princess Kate will be dealing with bone, knee, leg, and joint issues in the upcoming year, reported by the Daily Star. The mystic, however, claimed that the princess' primary challenge lies in her future role as a royal. And there you have it. If you'd like to email us, our address is thepalaceintrigue@gmail.com. Please follow us on Spotify, Apple, or your app of choice. If you like the show, give us 5 stars. And we'll read the reviews here. I'm Mark Francis. My thanks to John McDermott's Palace Intrigue, and good times.